Alright, I'm back. We're going with Mountains Walking one more again. We got Cloud Curtain, double dry hopped, Mosaic, Oat Whip, double IPA. So right there, you get a look at it right there. And it's looks like 8.5. And I may or may not have shown this one on the channel already. But I had two of them, and this is the last one, so I know at least one of them's gone. It's good shit. Tastes really nice. With the oat whip, it really gives a smooth, velvety, pillowy mouthfeel. And you put that in a hazy IPA, the two together, they work real nicely, I think. That's it. It has a very sweet, fruity punch in the mouth. I like it. It's really nice. Damn. I almost want to just sit there and pound that. Alright. First Canadian Shave Dicken Cider. Right there. This is a product of Canada. I've been using First Canadian Shave somewhat recently, or somewhat frequently recently. And I had no intention of using them this week, besides BBS Live besides Notorious that I just recently got in, but BBS Live announced First Canadian Shave Week, and thus, here I am, using it again. But I see everybody using the more summery or cologne-like scents, and I decided to go with their winter release. Even though it's in the middle of summer, I decided to go with their winter release. Got it lathered up in my beautiful Lancaster Razorworks bowl, and we're going with the Viking Ebonite yet again. I am just fucking infatuated with this red and black handle. Lyle the Sash Shaver called it cherry, and perhaps it is, but I'm going with what Viking told me it was, which is red and black. So, and then we got the Odin's Beard Knot 26 millimeter Badger, and that's his newest batch. So let's get that beautiful looking lather on the face, and we'll talk a little bit about the scent, and then we'll move on to the razor and the shave. So, worked 10 hours today, got up early, went in, got a bomb dropped on me last night, so wanted to get in there, and I just wanted to work and keep my mind busy, you know what I mean? Sometimes the best thing to do is just keep your mind busy. Alright, let's get this on the face. So the First Canadian Shave Dicken Cider, which is a hilarious name for a soap or a release. It's basically like warm, hot cider with, I believe it has like a boozy tinge to it, if I remember correctly. I didn't write the scent notes down, and I haven't really done any pre-production research for this one, because I've already done that when I did kind of like my first use of the soap. I did all the in-depth impressions there. So you could always look that up if you are seriously interested. You could go back and find my video where I used it the first time. But it's a nice warm apple scent, kind of like warm apple cider. Very nice. It makes a beautiful lather. It has a just above medium scent strength, killer label. I've always been a fan of the First Canadian Shave soap base, at least their modern, most recent soap base. I've never tried any of their older stuff, but I'm sure it was adequate. But this, their most recent base that they've been using is really good stuff. So it's kind of cool that they're getting a week dedicated to them. I know they got a bomb dropped on them as well recently. So I really hope that all is well with Randy and that he gets his situation figured out ASAP. Alright, now then, we're going to be using the pimped out Weck. This is called Demon's Fang, and I designed the shape for the scales, and then LatherMeWhiskers commissioned the scales to be made by someone that I don't remember off the top of my head, but they don't know what red and black means. Because, there's reds in there, but there's also like pinks and purples and blues in there. Now, granted, it looks awesome. People love it. I've been getting a lot of compliments on it, but I wanted red and black. Regardless, I'm still super happy with the results. It's a badass addition to my den, but I wish it was fucking red, like red. Anyhow, Demon's Fang still turned out fantastic. The captain did a wonderful job on these scales. They're a fucking behemoth, man. Look at the size difference. Behemoth scales. And then he also cleaned up the shank that holds the blade on my Weck Sextoblade right there. You can see along the spine. This is a used blade that's been sitting around for quite some time. But these blades last a while, so I'm going to test it anyways. Now then, if you guys have any work that needs to be done, whether it's kind of restoring or cleaning up some of your gear, or putting a new edge on your razor, or getting some custom scales made for a razor, maybe having the pins tightened up. If you have anything, any work that needs to be done on your beloved collection, I would not hesitate at all to recommend Paul over at LatherMeWhiskers on Instagram and YouTube. That dude is a good buddy of mine, and he does a fantastic job with his work that he does. I honestly think he should raise his prices, which I know is a crazy thing to say, but the quality that he's cranking out compared to others, his competition, is, and the price that he's charging is insane. Like, he deserves more, in my opinion. And after these scales arrived, I told him, I was like, bro, you need to charge what the other makers are charging. Because he deserves it. He does great work, and I don't know if he'll take me up on that or not. But if you guys have work to be done, I'd hit him up now. Because if he does listen to me, price will go up. And I think it's well deserved. Man, it feels nice to use the Weck again. It's been a minute. I sent the Weck out, I don't remember the exact time, but there was definitely a month and some change in between. Now, Paul didn't say he would get me in immediately. I just was kind of hoping I would get preferential treatment, and I didn't. Fucks up with that, Paul? No, I'm just joking. But there was a bit of a wait before he actually used my Weck, so I was without the Weck in my den for quite a while. And boy, did I miss it, because the Weck is such a fucking good razor, man. If you guys haven't tried Wecks, I've heard the prices went up recently. They're not modern production, so you're basically buying a vintage Shavette. You're basically buying a vintage Shavette, and I've heard, since their rise to popularity recently, that the bidding price is starting to go up, which is kind of unfortunate for people who are just hearing about them and have interest in them. But such is life when you're buying vintage gear. The market really determines the price. And so, I guess if you really want it, you'll pay the price. I know mine, I got 2 Wecks for like $50 or something like that. One of them was a Sextoblade, and the other one was like a Weck Junior, but they were both in pretty decent condition. I gave the other one to Marion the Barbarian. It had some killer blue scales on it, and I kept the one with red scales. But yeah, I just, if you're looking for one, who knows if the price is just gonna keep climbing. I would try to scrape together the change and just make it happen. I would just buy it, because I guarantee you the Weck is one of the most badass Shavettes in the whole of the hobby. I absolutely love the way that they shave, and even now, just getting it back in my den, it's like hello again, old friend. And I didn't even have it for that long before I wanted to send it out to get customized. But I was kind of that infatuated with it that I wanted to send it out and get it customized. Like right away. I was like, oh yeah, I love the way this thing shaves. I don't want it to ever leave my den. Might as well take the plunge on getting it customized. And be one of the first ones to have like a custom Weck. Which is really what I was shooting for, to have that pimped out Weck kind of before anybody. Beautiful lather right here. I'm sure you guys are already aware of BBS Live and Nate and Mel, but if you aren't, they do the Instagram live show every other Thursday. And then they do their kind of bourbon centered live show every week in between that. So really good stuff. Those are some really cool guys, shining examples of the wet shaving community, and they're the ones that do the themed week every week. That's kind of Mel's thing, but Nate participates in every single one. Anyhow, that's why I'm using First Canadian today, and I haven't really seen people showing Dicken Cider any love, so that's why I decided I would break it out and show it some love. I am one of those guys who will wear scents that aren't seasonally appropriate, and I'll shave with scents that aren't seasonally appropriate. I don't give a singular motherfuck. This one here being the winter holiday season release. It's a much warmer vibe, and it is a warm, sunny day today in my city, but had the AC on, the house is cool. I'll enjoy whatever I want to enjoy. Man, a fucking Weck, man. And I didn't know if this blade would be dull from sitting out on the kitchen sink the entire time. that my razor was out on the road. But it seems to have not lost a step. Still sharp. Still smooth. Loving it. Of course, it has that open blade, no guard on it. And some people are kind of terrified of that. And I don't think you should be scared of the open blade. I mean, especially if you already use straight razors. The only thing I would say is just respect it. You know what I mean? You don't have to be scared of it, but you do have to respect it. You know, pay attention to your angles. And just take your time. Don't rush. Just make sure you're shaving with proper technique. No rush. You'll get it. And it'll reward you with one of the best fucking shaves you've ever had. I guarantee that. If you're using proper technique with a Weck, you're gonna get a fucking killer shave. And that was that. Flawless. Flawless shave. It literally is just like having an old friend just come right back into your life right there. I can just whip up another usable lather with just the stuff that's stuck in my beard. All right. Let's get all that off. That was a great lather. So, it is Wednesday when I'm shooting this video, Wednesday after work, and pretty much by the time I wrap this up, the Canadian Mafia show should be starting. And that is also on Instagram. And that's where our brothers up north do a live show. And I think they do it every single Wednesday. And kind of has a rotating cast of characters. But they're all good folks from Canada. And they talk wet shaving and other shit. And they take questions from the community and do, giveaways. So, they don't quite go as giveaway heavy as BBS Live. But there are some giveaways to be had. And I think so far they're off to a great start with their show. I've been really enjoying the Canadian Mafia show. It has a lot of people that I know, and their content I already enjoy on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. So it's just another thing to watch and support them. Damn. I have a ton of lather trapped in that beard. That's right. It's gonna be one of those things. Just gonna have to get it off camera. Otherwise, I'll be here all fucking day. So, let's get a little bit of this matching aftershave splash on. Give it a shake. Pop the top. Quality restrictor. And their aftershave splash is the most white, opaque, milky colored aftershave in my whole collection. It is like so white, it literally looks like you're pouring milk into your hand. Pretty much use all of that on the cheeks, so let's get a little bit more for the neck. And hot damn, that was a good shave. You don't get them like that very often. unless you're using a Weck. Alright guys, I'm going to go watch the Canadian Mafia show. Hope to see you guys in there. If not this week, then in the following weeks. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Get down with some First Line Shave Week. Show them some love. I appreciate you guys. Thanks as always for all the support. I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.